Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Ant, man. I'm back with another vlog for y'all. It's been a little minute. I had took 2 weeks off. You know what I'm saying? Just to, you know, yeah, it was just a lot going on. A lot of great things actually. This weekend was very festive. So I just want to shout out to my bro Ricky, and I want to shout out to my friend Francis, his beautiful baby girl Carmen. She turned 4. So we had a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? All in all. So shout out to y'all. I love y'all both, right? So let's get that out the way. But also, during the weekend, I just had a lot of great conversations with great people, and it kind of inspired this video, this topic that I'm want to speak to you guys about today. And today's topic that I want to touch on is parental jealousy. So, yeah, that's correct. Parental jealousy. So a lot of people's like, well, what the hell is parental jealousy? Well, it is what it sounds like. Parental jealousy. So that is jealousy that comes from your parent or someone who's like a parent figure to you, right? Now, majority of the people or most people would kind of be naive to that, like, well, because it doesn't logically, it does not make sense, and it should never happen, right? Why would your parent be jealous of you, or why would this person who helped raise you be jealous of you, or anything? I can see why most people would be naive to that, but yo, that's a real thing. I've experienced it. I've seen it. I've seen others go through it, right? And that's kind of why I want to speak about that today. So parental jealousy, that's a real thing. It's a real thing. It does exist, and it breaks up a lot of our homes. You know what I'm saying? And let me not say it breaks up a lot of our homes, but it provokes a lot of issues within our youth, or whoever it is that actually experiences parental jealousy. You know what I'm saying? It can be traumatizing, right? So not even long ago, couple months ago, I had even a parent, one of my parents, I won't say which one, but I had one of my parents essentially tell me that they're kind of like disappointed in me. Like they're disappointed in me as a son, essentially, was like that's pretty much what that person was saying. Like, oh, I'm disappointed, to have you as a son type shit, right? I said, wow, okay. And this is not really the first time that something like that was said from this parent. But nonetheless, it was said, and it's like, and had it been anyone else, and someone who wasn't emotionally strong, who wasn't self-aware and self-secure with himself, me, if I wasn't that way, that would have easily broken anyone down. To just hear that from a parent, it's like, wait, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Like, why do you feel like that? And so I had to like kind of just take a step back and just, because I've never really sat back to really think, why does my parent feel this way? And then so once it was said, then I'm like, all right, I took a step back and I thought about things, right? And I'm like, okay, what does this parent have to be disappointed about? Or why would they be disappointed to have me as a child, right? And so let's say I've never disrespected you. I've never called you out your name. I've never raised my voice at you. I've never put a finger on you, nor attempted to do so. I started working at 16. I've been self-reliant and self-reliant since 16. Never asked you for a thing after that. I got kicked out of high school because my parents weren't able to afford my tuition anymore, so I got kicked out, and still I found a way to go out there, get a GED and an associate's degree, and actually graduate college. I could have got the bachelor's, but I chose to drop out of school, you know what I'm saying, to pursue other endeavors. And mind you, I'm only 3 classes away from my bachelor's, so I can easily go out and do that, right? But with all that being said, kicked out of school, still got my bachelor's. I waited until I was 29, damn near 30, to have kids. I've never been shot at. I've never been in jail. I've never been in gangs. I've never been on drugs. And mind you, I'm growing up in the Bronx, like, you know what I'm saying? The environment that kind of, that would essentially help promote this type of behavior, right? Never been on drugs. Never been in jail. Never been in gangs. Never been shot at. Never been in jail. Shit. I own my own businesses. Got into real estate, got my broker's license, got into real estate. Shit, I've been, invited and spoken to kids in schools. I've spoken to high schools, 9th graders, 10th graders, 11th graders, seniors. I've been invited to speak to elementary school kids, and I've done that successfully. I've spoken at City Hall. Mind you, I'm not no fucking moderator. I'm no one famous or any of that. But yet here I am, being, I guess, asked and to speak at, to kids, you know what I'm saying, to inspire change and insight on just real estate, finances, life, and all that other good stuff, right? Me, little old me. And so I'm just like, yo, am I perfect? No, but yo, I did everything right. Like, I did everything right. Why would this parent feel this way? Like, I've done everything right. There's nothing else I can do. I'm there for my siblings. If they need me, they can call me. I got it for them. I'm there for my family. I'm there for all my friends. 90% of the time, if someone need anything, especially financially, I'm the person who's being called. You know what I'm saying? That burden always falls on me. I'm always coming through. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I did everything right. So I'm trying to figure out, like, yo, why does this person feel this way? And I feel like because I have my own, like, I'm an adult, right? And I've always kind of been like against the grain. Like, I'm a life student. I like to learn life. I like to go out there and seek knowledge and become better every day, whether I'm reading, watching documentaries or whatever. I'm always out there seeking things, right? And I know I don't have a traditional way of thinking like how most people do. Like, I'm always like, everyone is at surface, not everyone, and I'm like kind of below surface. I always question everything. And so I think it's that mentality that I have that's very troubling for this parent, because it goes against what this parent belief, right? And whatever traumas that parent may have, and that insecurities that parent may have, they're trying to like impression and put that on me. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna let you. I'm not allowing that. You can't manipulate me. I'm not someone that can be manipulated by any parent or entity. Like, I'm just my own person. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where that comes from, honestly. And it's like, yo, at the end of the day, you have to look at yourself and you have to deal with those issues and those traumas and things like that. Me personally, I'll never let anything and mind you, nothing about this at all is simplistic. Parental jealousy, it does not make sense. It should never occur. And nothing about that is simplistic at all and easy to figure out or why that happens. There's a ton of reasons, a lot of shit that parent may have experienced in life, which why they feel the way they feel. And like, you know what I'm saying? Again, so because I went out there and I made my decisions in life on my own accord, I went out there and I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? For me, like, I made them decisions, and I am where I am because of me, no one else. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I own several businesses. Shit, I make 90,000+ a year. You know what I'm saying? Minimum, right? On my own. Like, I made the decisions to get out of school, quit school, get into real estate. I made the decision to go out there, learn life, read books, and inform myself, get into finance, learn finance, how to, get into business. I taught myself all this shit by myself. I'm not giving nobody credit for that. I made them decisions to go out and do that. This was never instilled in me coming up as a child, growing up. This wasn't conversations that was had in my household or anything like that. I went out there and I did that. So, and I feel like this parent has a hard time with accepting the fact that I went out there and did that on my own. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you raised me. in your household. I grew up in your household. You fed me, you clothed me, and all that. But that's what a parent's supposed to do. And that is legitimately the bare minimum. Like, we got to stop giving parents credit for that. That is the bare minimum. You're supposed to be doing that. That does not make you a good parent. And I also feel like a lot of people allow their parents to manipulate them. And, you know, like, a lot of parents, for whatever reason, and this is not, this is very common, but this is not every parent, by the way, or parent figure, right? Don't be putting what you go through in life and what you went through in life and your traumas and what you experienced. Don't be putting that shit on your kids. Don't do that. Like, it is nothing that I can ever do in life or go through in life that happened to me negatively. Anything I go through in life that happened negatively, I'll never push any of that shit on my kids, like my daughter. Like, I'll never in my life have any negative effect on my daughter, because I know how to separate the two. If there is any traumas or past experiences that was negative for me, I know how to separate the two. I know how to deal with that on my own and not push that on someone else, especially my daughter, right? So, and I feel like a lot of people don't know how to do that. They go through what they go through in life. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be, you know, they may be insecure by it. They may still be hurting by it, grieving from it. And they try to push that on, their children. And that's devastating, because now you're harming that children just because you don't see the harm. It's a intangible thing. It's there. So they harm that child, and then now that person have impairments growing up with development, and that person can have issues, development issues, and things like that, insecurity issues and things like that. So it's like, again, the cycle just continues and continues and continues, right? And it's like, yo, we have to stop doing that. Children, stop letting your parents manipulate you. Stop. Parents, stop trying to manipulate your kids and push your negative baggage onto your children. It's not okay. It's unhealthy. It's not fair to them. Give them a chance to make their decisions on their own and to live their lives and to grow up healthy in a healthy environment. That is not healthy for that. And again, if I wasn't strong and, again, self-aware and very emotionally intact, that would have broke me, right? And I actually came across a video of Ayana Fix My Life, and she was talking to a parent, right? It was a mom in this case, and she was talking to the mom about how her words are devastating to her child. So I kind of want you guys to hear this really quickly, and let me see if I can play it. Give me a second. Here we go.
Look at me. You just sat here and told your son, who ain't got a needle in his arm, who I'm assuming pays his own rent. He's married to a registered nurse. He's got 3 baby boys. And you just sat here in his face and said, I don't respect him as a man. Mm-hmm. And you don't think to consider what that does to his heart, to his soul, to his spirit.
I'm sure that's hurtful.
And you okay with that?
She's gonna deflect.
And it's hurtful for the things that he said.
Not take accountability.
You're doing it. You're doing it right now. I'm holding you accountable, and you spinning.
No accountability.
You're trying to get away. Tell me. Here's the question. Just answer it. We'll get back to that other stuff later. Tell me.
Forgive me. I respect him. He's a wonderful man.
Do you understand that your mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart, to the valves in his heart? He can't help but love you.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to play that. So, that's real shit, man. Again, if I wasn't who I was and I wasn't intelligent enough to understand that person just have issues that they're going through, I would be distraught, but I'm not. So again, stop letting your parents manipulate you. Parents, stop manipulating your kids. Allow them to live their lives. Stop bringing your baggage from your past traumas onto your children. Stop. Parental jealousy is a real thing. Some parents are extremely miserable and they don't want you to be happy. They want you to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? Or they experienced this, so they're gonna teach you and have you go through the same thing. Stop. Parental jealousy is a real thing, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be stopped.